David, what should we do for our podcast in English?
The baby in the box.
What? What the hell do you mean, baby in the box?
I meant the boy in the box.
A boy was discovered in the woods at an illegal dumping ground on February 25th, 1957. The body was of a young boy, 4 to 6 years old, weighing 30 pounds and 3.
In a box.
Yes, he was in a box. The boy's hair was cut, possibly after he was dead. There were clumps of hair as well as scars on his body. He also showed signs of malnourishment. 2 suspects found the body, the first being John Stakowiak, who did not report the body due to the fear of being involved in the case. The second suspect, Frank Guthrum, found the body a few days later, and after a bit of hesitation, reported it to the police a day after. There are no reported instances of any witnesses for the murder. Truly a mystery.
So, why would you leave a child in a box if you're going to leave it out in the woods? See, if I was going to murder a baby,
David, no!
I would dump them in a lake or put the corpse in a garbage bin. It seems very ineffective to leave the body in a box.
Have you ever disposed of a body?
Legally, I am not allowed to answer that question.
Why can't you answer that question?
So anyways, what did the police do after they received the report?
They tried to identify the boy but couldn't find any records that showed that he ever existed. They couldn't even find hospital records anywhere to confirm his birth.
Wait, so nobody knows anything about him except for the fact that he was in a box? Imagine having that sad of a death.
Yeah, but they did find that the box had a serial number. The serial number that traced them back to J.C. Penney, which is 15 miles away, where they identified the box as one that carried a bassinet.
What the heck is a bassinet?
David, it's a crib.
Wait, really?
Okay, well, the crib was only one of the 12 that were actually shipped.
Oh, so they could find out who bought it. I'm a literal genius. I solved the case. No need to thank this grand detective.
David, why do you think this is a mystery?
Alright, imagine that all purchases were made through cash, which means that J.C. Penney could not find out any information about the buyers. After the buyers heard about the case, out of 12 purchasers contacted the police saying that they still had the box or threw it away. The police were able to find out that the box was supposed to be delivered to Upper Darby, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. However, in the end, this lead still ended up being dead.
I was so close to solving the mystery. Damn you, evidence.
Keep dreaming and maybe one day you'll become the detective you always wanted to.
Alright, so what about the boy? Was there anything else wrong with him besides, being dead?
Well, he had several scars on his body that appeared to be from surgery that was on his groin and ankle, as well as bruises on his body as if he was beaten. Not to mention, he was severely...
Leading us to today's sponsor, Gerber Life, a baby food company. Do you want your child to end up like this boy? I didn't think so. This is why you should buy Gerber Life baby food. Nutritious food for babies and toddlers containing all the vitamins they need to keep them active, healthy, and alive. I can guarantee you won't be a malnourished child in a box if you feed them Gerber. Gerber comes in many different baby food flavors, from squash to banana to pumpkin. Any flavor your baby could want, Gerber has it. Use the code DABABYBOX for 20% off your next Gerber order anywhere.
Thank you for that beautiful sponsor ad, David.
Anything to prevent malnourished babies from reaching the same fate.
The blanket found with the baby in the box was created either in Granby, Quebec, or Swannanoa, North Carolina. Ultimately, the blanket lead was a dead one, since officials couldn't differentiate it from the thousands of other similar blankets.
So, is the case unsolved? Do the police not have a clue on who caused?
Well, one theory comes from Remington Bristow, a medical examiner who worked on this case until he died. He was told to visit a potential foster home of the boy. The home had a similar bassinet as the one in the J.C. Penney box and had similar blankets to the blanket found in the box with the boy. Bristow theorized the stepdaughter of the person who owned the foster home was the boy's mother, and she had to abandon him to get rid of the evidence of her ever having a child. The police interviewed the family before Bristow came to investigate and found no definite links between the boys.
So, that's it?
Well, yes and no. There are still other theories to explain what happened to the boy. M, an anonymous psychiatric patient, told a story of her mother taking her to a house and handing over an envelope in exchange for a boy. Her mother then beat the boy to death accidentally and then drove to Philadelphia to abandon him. This theory is actually the most plausible, as all of M's details matched up of what they already knew. However, the police could not confirm if this is truly how the boy died.
Well, she's a psychiatric patient. Doesn't that make her story like...
I mean, maybe, but there's another theory that is related to hers, but from a different perspective.
The man who sold his son?
A man from Philadelphia said that his family rented a house to a man who sold his son. From this, a pathologist looked at the boy's potential father and brother and took their DNA. Oddly enough, they said that they would investigate further and never said whether they investigate the DNA or not.
How very suspicious. Wait, so if they had a DNA, then why is it not the most plausible story?
Well, M had stated that his last meal was baked beans and he was submerged in water. The detectives of the case were the only people to know that his autopsy showed baked beans and that his fingerprints.
Wow, this case has so many possibilities. Any more theories for the case?
A more recent theory created by David Stout, a former New York Times reporter, stated that it is plausible the boy's parents were poor and overlooked. The parents could have been circus workers or migrant laborers that frequently travel around with almost no paper trail left behind them. This could cause them to be overly stressed and cause them to beat the boy to death due to pent-up emotions. They would have then disposed of the body to hide evidence of them ever being murdered.
Interesting. There's so many theories, but none of them have solved the case. I really hope this case gets more leads in the future, though. I want to know who the murderer was. Any more theories?
No, but apparently some people who are passionate about cases like Remington Bristow are still looking to see what happened to the boy. Who knows who the killer could be, but for now, the fate of the boy remains unknown, at least to the public. And remember, we're not crying. That's the baby.
Our podcast was created by David Dang and Amy Hall, and all our music comes from Among Us, the Game, and a baby.